My mum. My mum was a complex person. I don't know if I ever really understood everything about her. Mum was from a different generation, who had different standards, different morals to what is generally accepted today. She was also very, very English, carried the English sense of values and approach to everyday events, the stiff upper lip. She was a supporter of the English royal family, while I am a Republican, and we had many disagreements about this over the years. Mum was an absolute certifiable shopaholic. From my earliest memories, I know we would always be at the shops, late night shopping Thursdays and Saturday mornings. Then extended shopping hours came in, and I'm sure Mum's eyes glazed over as she heard that on the news like a drug addict looking for the next score. I can just see her sitting there thinking, more shopping, yeah. And Dad holding his face in his hands thinking, oh no, more shopping. I remember many times going to the local shopping centre with Mum, and she was saying, I only need to duck in and get a couple of things. We would wait on a seat or in the car and wait and wait and wait. 10 minutes became 20, became 30, and finally Mum would appear with a trolley and 6 or 8 bags. We'd go home and repeat the whole experience the next day. I adapted Australia culture, probably a bit too much for Mum's liking. In fact, I'm absolutely sure of it. I forget how many times Mum needed to distance herself from things I did or said. Her favourite saying, at least to me anyway, was, oh Ian, I didn't raise you like that. Often to complete strangers, and as if to apologise for something I'd said or done. While Mum had bucket loads of the shopping gene in her DNA, I think she was at the back of the line sometimes when it came to handing out tact. Mum had a habit of blurting out some things at times, and when the person it was directed to became upset, Mum just couldn't understand why. And I think that's probably where I got it from as well. A lot of people who are blunt and lack subtlety at times have thick skins, but not Mum. She was very easily upset and hurt by what were often meant as nothing more than discussion points. I remember quite recently, Mum had a friend to her place and I went to say hello. I walked in and noticed that there was a bit of a bad smell and said, hey Mum, something stinks down here, open the door, let some fresh air in. Mum took great offence to this simple statement, as I found out for the next 2 weeks while she was angry with me. And then she finally confided that she felt embarrassed that I'd said that in front of her friend. Sorry Mum, didn't mean to embarrass you. Mum and Dad. Mum and Dad were the best proof you'll ever find that opposites attract. Mum was a socialiser, Dad was happy keeping to himself. Mum would talk for hours, Dad would say 2 sentences and by God you better listen to him because he meant what he said. Mum would shop for hours, Dad could go in and do his whole Christmas shopping in about 90 seconds flat. But for all their differences, they loved each other with all their hearts. They didn't judge each other, they accepted each other how they were, through good and bad. I don't think Mum ever really got over Dad's passing. September was a bad month for Mum. Dad's birthday was on the 9th of September, their anniversary on the 25th. Even though it has been 8 years, Mum spent hours crying each and every September, just sitting there and thinking about Dad and their time together. I loved my mum because she loved me. Simple. I put Mum through hell in my teenage years, in trouble with at school, trouble with the police, getting mixed up in drugs, other things. You name it, I got in trouble with it, but never, ever, not once, through all this, did I ever feel that Mum didn't love me. Now being a father and gaining experience in my 45 years, I understand that love doesn't matter what your kids do, they're your kids, and you will always have unqualified, unending love for them, even when you want to strangle them. Mum wasn't perfect, neither am I. We all have our faults. But when it comes and everyone you speak to says, I know your mum, she's a lovely lady, she had a heart of gold. I think that's a pretty good judgment on your life. Mum is gone now, and I miss her every day. I hope she's with Dad at the great woolies in the sky. Mum's shopping to her heart's content, and Dad's sitting outside on a beach reading the latest copy of Angel's Digest or whatever they read. Mum, you've left behind a legacy of 2 kids with families, and we will make sure your memory lives on. Goodbye, Mum. Thanks for being my mum. I wish you peace and happiness. I miss you. I love you. And say good day, Dad, for us. My oldest son and Jean's oldest grandchild, Darren, would like to come up and say a couple of words.
Trying to do this in one piece. Here today on behalf of myself, 2 brothers, Brent and Josh, in part Geordie, Luke, Jacinta, and also my mum, who, even though not much of a part now, was a big part for 20 odd years. Gramps and Grandma, whenever we went there, it was a good experience every time. Now that I'm a married man and I've got a kid, you look at their relationship over the years and we never once saw them argue or bicker or hold a grudge or anything. It's always a pleasant experience every single time. You knew what you were going to get. There was no surprises. I always remember never coming home after staying there and being disappointed or angry or upset. It was always a pleasant experience. Like Dad said, she was uniquely Grandma, uniquely British. And although she loved her shopping, she also appreciated the smaller things in life. It was very simple. Some of the best pastimes I've had was doing nothing more than get on the computer. She had a old DOS 306 arcade thing. Now it's probably no more complicated than a calculator. But she had a game on there, Wheel of Fortune, and we'd go in there and have a bat at it and see how we go. And off she'd come, pop in, yeah, I know that one, I've done it 20 times. I done it yesterday, Phil, she's played it often. Another game we used to play a bit, quite frequently, Pass the Pigs. Sure, yeah, all been up and down that one a few times. Coincidentally, Grandma also had great pleasure in talking about her pet pig, Sally. I think it's no news to anyone here that Grandma loved her gardening. Her garden was always immaculate, no matter where she lived. It is immaculate now at Dad's, and we'll see how that is in 6 months' time. So much so that even when she'd come over to our place in Mill Park, you realise after a few hours that we've got a dog running around the backyard. It was always her and Gramps' thing, they just get in there and do it. They loved it, and it was distinctly them. Back to the British thing. Josh mentioned to me before, one of her favourite words that hasn't been mentioned yet. Whenever she's cooking, she had a rain shoot above it, and that sod. And everything was sod. I never heard her swear, but she took great liking to the word sod. Back in 2006, at our wedding, we had some bubbles. We didn't want confetti, it was at a public park, so we couldn't use that. So bubbles was the next best thing, and we stocked up on it, about 24 little bottles. And we know we dished out about a dozen of them, and then the whole lot went missing. Since found out that Grandma took them, so I went to this day because we haven't found out that Dad's cleaning out yet. But yeah, one coffee really like to know where they went. My highlight with Grandma, personally, especially in the last 10 years, was when when she finally got to meet Zachary. As happy as she was that day, all she wanted was a nice coffee. So she got out of the car, got back in the car, went to the shops and got to their bottle of iced coffee and enjoyed that in the next 3 hours. Rounding up with Grandmother was just... It was a good conversation, but I still remember the last time I spoke to her, and she never once cared for herself. Her family, her friends were everything. We meant everything to her. You meant lots to all of us. Goodbye, Grandma. Say hi, Grams. Dad found this week. There was no mistaking it's Grandma's handwriting. It's very distinct. I don't think anyone else in the world writes that way. It's obviously meant a lot to her, so I'll try and get it out there because it's quite a powerful little poem. It's called "Do Not Stand at My Grave." Do not stand at my grave and weep. I am not there, I do not sleep. I am the thousand winds that blow, I am the diamonds glint on snow. I am the sunlight on ripened grain, I am the gentle autumn rain. I am the sun's shining star at night, when you awake to the morning light. My time has come, I am at rest, I am the sunset in the west. I am the clouds that race above, where I watch over those I love. Do not stand at my grave and cry, I am not there, I do not die. So hear these words that here I say, I am the love that guides your way. Put these on top of Grandma, so you know
Thanks, Darren.